Welcome back to another episode of All Things Everything presented by Gulf Coast Smoke. My name is Alonzo.
And I'm Chance V.
And this is episode 76. Chance V, how are you doing? Sabrina is not in the studio today. We brought Chance V down from Victoria, Texas to come in. We don't really have an agenda today. We're just going to hang out, talk a little bit about barbecue, talk about Gulf Coast Smoke, and all things everything. So
That's
how
right.
have you been?
I've been good, man. I've been real good. Staying busy, you
Yeah.
know. I know we talk every day, but I've been good. No complaints.
No, that's real good. So I say we don't have an agenda, but I'm kind of lying, right? We do have a reason for a Chance to be here today. We talked about it, I think, 2 episodes ago.
I think it was 2.
2 episodes ago, maybe 3 at the most. But Chance has a new role within the company, and it's something that it's been defined behind closed doors for a long time. All right, Chance helps us a lot in a lot of different things. So he goes to all the competitions with us. Well, not all, but a lot of them. He'll help us set up. He'll help us with anything we need. And he's recently started doing some more within the company to actually help grow the company, right? And that's what this is all about, us trying to grow to the biggest that we can. I mean, be global if possible, be in every single house if possible. So talk a little bit about what your role is and what is something new that you've been doing that you hadn't been doing in the past. So this started maybe, a month ago or so?
About a month or so, yeah.
Yeah, so just tell the people. So first and foremost, I said this in the podcast, but I'll say it here as well. If Chance reaches out to you, his email is chance@gulfcoastsmoke.com, and that is basically like an email coming from Sabrina and I. Everything that he does, obviously, he has a reason that he's doing it. He's talked to us about what he's doing. And again, this is all about growing the company. So, Chance, what is your role? What have you been doing lately? And what's your goal, I guess?
So the role is titled Director of Operations. And basically what I've been doing is kind of just looking around really the entire country so far and reaching out to different barbecue spots, you know, barbecue supply stores, meat markets, things like that. And just kind of, you know, introducing the brand to them, kind of telling them a little bit about what we're about, what we have going on, and give them a little info into the social media side of things as well. And then also some upcoming products.
Yeah, so the thing about Gulf Coast Smoke and us growing is that even though we feel like we're doing a good job and we feel like we're growing, we see the numbers growing, there's still more people that don't know about us than do. Even in the barbecue world, even in the spice business, even competition teams, there's a lot of people that still don't know what we're doing, and that's completely fine. In my opinion, that's a good thing. That means that we have more people we can reach, and I think that it's really, really important. So Chance has basically been emailing these companies, these stores, and saying, hey, just like he said, we are Gulf Coast Smoke. These are the products that we currently offer. These are the products that are coming up. And there's a lot of products that you guys don't even know about, right? If you're listening, you don't even know about some of the stuff that we're working on. A lot of the times, Chance doesn't even know about it until I send him a picture, and he's like, what are you doing now? It's not that, like, we're not trying to keep we're not even really trying to keep it from you guys, right? But we're always trying to work on something, right? We're always trying to think of what's the next thing, but within our niche, within our brand. So it is important for us to have these products lined up, know what the next thing is, and then, of course, let these people know what we're doing, because it's like, okay, well, you have these 5 barbecue seasonings. That's really cool. But is that all you have?
Right.
You know, so we don't want people to think that that's all we're going to be about forever. This company is growing. They're going to have more opportunities for different products. We're going to have more opportunities to market those products in different ways. You know, I had somebody the other day tell me, they're like, man, you don't ever cook on a pan. Like, you don't ever really cook in the oven. And that's exactly why we did the oven roasted turkey breast, right? And it's funny because I don't know if you saw the comments. Chance also has, you didn't mention this, but I'll mention it. Chance also has control over our social media, right? So he'll see a lot of the comments. He'll respond to a lot of the comments. And one of the things that I've told him is, man, just like pretend you're me. Watch the way I respond to people. Watch the way I interact with people, and, you know, like, respond that same exact way. You know my mannerisms, right? You know,
sure.
The stuff I say. I don't know why I call everybody beautiful brother. That looks banging. I kind of have sayings that I'll say a lot. So Chance is watching those things, and he's saying, okay, in this situation, Alonzo say, man, that looks banging or whatever. So the goal is for you to not necessarily relate Gulf Coast Smoke directly to me, but directly to the lifestyle brand that we are trying to create, right?
For sure.
And that's one of the things that I do also tell people all the time. I'm like, dude, you guys just have no idea. Like, it's not just me. It's Sabrina too, right? Now it's also Chance. And It's been Chance. It's been my dad. It's been Danielle. It really has been, but there's just more and more opportunities for us to actually give you a role and say, hey, if you get you get this done, well, anyway, but yeah, like even my dad, like every single order we have, he goes and picks it up.
Right. So
it's like without my dad, we don't get products back to the shop, like the products that you're looking at behind me. We don't get those products, right? So like there's way more than just us. It ain't just us.
Yeah, and there's a ton, like you said, behind the scenes stuff too, that constantly goes on. And like you said, it's not like you're trying to not share it with everybody, but man, there's, between posting videos and podcasts and recipes, things like that, there's only so much time in the day. Something that stands out, I think it was last week on the pod, you mentioned the citrus pepper.
Yeah.
How long has that been?
Oh, dude, it's been a long time. I mean,
it's been a long time. It's been well over a year, it feels like. So it's just, it's funny that, there's just always stuff going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about that is I mentioned it, like Sabrina and I were literally zesting lemons,
right?
Zesting oranges, dehydrating them in the oven, then putting them into a seasoning, trying to figure it out. How could we get this to taste a little bit more citrusy, lemony, limony, however you would say it, right?
Limey.
Orangey.
Yeah,
limey, orangey.
And like you said too, I mean, it's just, that's so many steps and to produce seasonings at that scale that a co-packer does. It's it's something that I learned last week, and I thought that was interesting too, that probably a lot of listeners, they don't maybe consider, is that when you were making it at home, there's so many little extra steps that you're doing that at that scale,
you don't
maybe it's not feasible. It's not reasonable.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of go back to the glazes, right? One of the things was we were going and picking up apples, picking up cherries. I was kind of muddling them to get the juices out so we could get those colors, get those flavors. Man, at that large of a scale, I think that there's a lot to be said about small batch where people still do those things, and I think that that's wonderful. But with kind of like you said, right? So Sabrina and so today we're filming a podcast on a Saturday morning because this is when Chance is available. He lives about an hour and 25 minutes away from me. So he can't come and do a podcast on a Wednesday. So like, for example, today we're doing this podcast early morning. We're going to go to the store. You're going to take me to the store because Sabrina took the kids home. We're going to get ingredients. We're going to go home and we're going to start filming. And that's just what a Saturday looks like for us now. Sunday, tomorrow, we're going to do the same exact thing starting at 8 in the morning. We're going to wake up. We're going to start filming. We're going to take food to my family's house, and we're going to get some feedback on the seasonings and how it tastes on proteins. And we'll be filming that too. And then, Sunday night, we're editing for the week. Monday, I have work, and then the kids have ballet after work, so I stay with my son. Tuesday, we're filming again. Wednesday, we're filming a podcast. Thursday, we're getting ready for the podcast that drops on Friday. There is a lot, and it's not a complaint, but it's kind of exactly why we've had to, have people help us. One of the biggest things is, and we just got back from Mississippi being over there with Malcolm and Rochelle.
Sounded like a blast, by the way.
It was a blast. It was an amazing time. Not only was that an amazing time, I mean, I mentioned it in the last episode, is, man, going to see the co-packer and seeing what they're about and meeting them and seeing how they do everything, it really is, it's incredible. It's really, really cool. Sabrina and I talk about it, like, how do you even get into this business, right? Like, how do you even get into how do you even have this equipment that does what it does on an assembly line, make sure everything is fully sanitized? But like, dude, it is crazy. The whole time we were there, people are cleaning. Like, we were in their facility for 3 hours. The whole time people are cleaning, people are sanitizing. They move from one step to the next. They're sanitizing that. Like, it is crazy.
It's a whole process.
It is. And it's really cool. But our focus and what we're trying to get to eventually, can't happen today, right, is we focus on building content and creating that lifestyle brand that people can really relate to, while we have other people that we trust that are doing the rest, right? And that's exactly what this is about. And that's exactly why I feel really comfortable taking a step back from competition, because I do think it's important. I do think we need to go up. We need to show face, but that's why we have our crew out there running. You know, we got our Caesars, our Reenies, our Zachs, our Leroys, our Kyles out there, Bobby, everybody doing a really good job, still winning, still doing very good with the products, because I promise you, and I've said this before, if we don't make it, it ain't because of lack of effort.
No doubt.
It ain't because of lack of effort, because I promise you, we're always doing something.
For sure.
That's
It's super evident, man. I mean, like I said, we talk pretty much every single day, but
Yeah.
at this point, it's been what, 5-6 years now. I mean, I kind of got a good feel of what your day to day is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I mean it's crazy because 5 years ago, I it's been 5 years since we started our social media journey, right? Our business has actually only been 3 years, which is kind of crazy to think about, right?
Sure.
Because 3.5 years, because we did it late 2021 was our first product drop, right? But then it's more like it's almost 4 years. So it's like the business hasn't been actually quite as long, but we have been posting to social media. But even the evolution of social media in the beginning, man, you take out your phone and you snap a pic and you just post it.
It's gone a long way.
There's no...
Yeah, there weren't all these lights and cameras and stuff in the background when we were in the garage.
Man, no one was really... We didn't care what it looked like.
Right.
We just wanted to post that we made some super good-looking ribs that day, or a brisket, or a burger, or whatever it was. Like,
Sure.
There was no, let me take my time and get a good picture. Let me take my time and make sure this video looks good. Now, I mean, there's a rhyme for every single reason, for sure.
No doubt.
And it's, like I said, it's really cool. But, man, I wanted you to first introduce yourself, talk a little bit about what you're doing, and let people know to, if you get something like that, if Chance reaches out to you directly, if he messages you on Facebook or whatever, like, it is coming from us, right? We know that it's coming. There is always going to be a point where you'll have to, because at this point we don't have enough people, there will always be a point where you'll talk to Chance, and Chance will introduce you to the products. He'll tell you what we're about. If you decide you want to move forward with those products, you have to talk to Sabrina, right? That's the way, because the unfortunate thing is Chance lives too far away. He can't actually be the one to package and ship and do fulfillment. So Sabrina still has to do that. So you'll talk to Chance. It'll start with Chance, and then it'll get to Sabrina. I get a lot of personal emails, and we don't mind those. We love them. I love people reaching out. I love people, you see it all the time, commenting on Facebook. Hey, I really want to carry you in my store. It's so hard to keep up with all those comments.
For sure.
And that's why it's like, I was telling Sabrina the other day, I'm like, man, I really need people to help me out. And,
that second set of eyes.
Yeah, but like also, man, it's hard when people are texting you personally, messaging you personally, and all those things, and you're like, man, I'm trying to remember that I have to get back to you, but man, then I'm at my day job, or then I'm being dad, or I'm in the middle of filming, so I look at it real quick and I put my phone to the side because we're busy.
Right.
And it's just, when we have an email, it's always easier to go back to an email and say, okay, I owe Chance a response, or I owe Sabrina or whoever it is that actually emailed a response. So, yeah, Chance is going to be doing a lot more. The goal is, and I've mentioned this before, the goal is eventually to bring him down here, bring him home, and my I guess, definition of home, right?
Yeah. Portland is home.
Yeah, but, bring him home one of these days, into where day-to-day ops are, like, literally every single day we're working towards, like, an overall goal, which is, be everywhere, be global, like I said a second ago. So don't be alarmed if you're getting Chance. He's very involved already. A lot of people that barbecue and go to competitions and stuff, they know him by now, because when I'm around, he's around. And just don't be alarmed. Don't think that it's not real. It is 100% real. Chance is a real person. And,
definitely.
And he's right here. He's going to be reaching out. But, man, as far as the business, that's probably the biggest thing that we wanted to talk to people about, unless, like, are there any certain things you wanted to let people know when it comes to that?
Yeah, I would say we're kind of wrapping up the year for 2025. It's super crazy how fast it's gone by already.
Yep.
But it's a friendly reminder. We kind of have a thing going on with the Familia, with everybody that kind of carries a discount code. Just a reminder, everybody, use that 10% off code Chance at checkout, www.gulfcoastsmoke.com.
Yeah, and one of the things that we're looking to do into next year, and this is actually the first time I'm really going to mention it. So it is October 4th today. And going into next year, we are going to make some pretty large changes to our ambassador program. Large changes in the fact that we are going to cut it significantly, and we are going to focus on, like, real and true growth. And we want to make sure that everybody that's with us has a really good incentive to do so. Right. So think about those things when you are looking to apply to our team for next year. I promise you, the incentives to be on our team are going to be in my opinion, pretty good, right? I mean, we've already kind of started the process in Q4 of this year, and we're going to roll it into next year. So it's really hard to do things like this, right? It's hard to know that we are going to downsize significantly. It's not that it didn't work out this year. It's that we just want to see a little bit of change. I've talked to a lot of people really close to me, you, my wife, my dad, friends in the barbecue community. And I feel like as a business owner, you have to make decisions sometimes that are just not easy.
For sure.
So, we will see those changes, but know that when you join the team, if you join the team, there will be some pretty good incentives for you to join the team. We take care of you guys. We have, large discounts for our teams. We send out merchandise. We send out flags. We have discount codes that you can give to your family and friends as well if they're interested in trying the product. And again, there will be some more incentives for using those codes and getting people to use those codes. So, I think that's a good point to bring that up and remind people that, this is it's a two-way partnership the way I look at it. I have to be there for you. I hope you would be there for me. You don't have to be there for me, but, I've talked to you about it before. I signed up for specific things when it came to running an ambassador program, and I refused to not live up to those promises that I made. And I promise next year will be even better. And then the year after that will be even better. As long as we keep growing and don't go backwards, I promise you it'll get better and better every single year. And that's something that I hope you guys can keep in the back of your mind, because, there's a lot of great products out there, and I never want anyone to stop using those other great products. I've mentioned this before. I've even said it to you. Doesn't matter to me if you use ours and everybody else's, but there's just, there's just going to be some cool things about our team next year, I think, that are going to make it really desirable to be a part of.
And that's what it's all about at the end of the day, continual improvement.
Yeah, 100%.
So, looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. So, one of the other things that Chance and I wanted to talk about today was, like I said, this is all things, everything. I wanted to bring them on. We've recently been watching a lot of anime, right? So I would like to think that I've gotten Chance V into a lot of shows recently. Now, I have to be the one to admit that Timmy got me into a lot of these shows. But right now, and I've talked about it recently too, we just finished Sakamoto Days. We're watching Black Clover, which is insane. Demon Slayer movie just came out. You got Solo Leveling. You have a lot of really, really cool animes. And what are you watching right now, and what's like really catching your eye?
Well, it's, I guess, the reason why I've been watching more, for those that know me, I'm a big sports guy. I think I used to be kind of more into it.
You're a big football guy.
Big football guy, yeah.
And college football.
Yeah, I keep up with a lot of college ball. That's probably my favorite sport.
Did we talk about it last time? Like your journey a little bit?
Yeah, we did.
So people know that you...
Yeah, I played in college and played a little bit of arena
Which doesn't
football.
make sense. He's not very big.
Yeah, not at all. Especially for offensive linemen.
Only 6'8".
Yeah, just average. But it's just been I'm a Cowboys fan, so this season has just kind of been a drag, and I kind of knew that going into the off season, kind of seeing what moves we were making and kind of how the draft went, and then Parsons leaving right before the season started. So I was kind of, I guess, not very excited for the football season. So I'm keeping up with it. I'll still watch. I know UT and Florida plays today at 2:30, so we'll be watching that later, hopefully.
Sure.
But
yeah, no, for sure.
But
we'll have it on in the house.
I'm not watching as much ball as I had been, I guess, in years past. So in this place, I have been watching more animes, and you did put me on to Solo Leveling.
Yeah,
I guess it's been 6 or 7 months ago now. Probably it's been a while, but I really enjoyed that one. And then Sakamoto Days,
dude.
It's been lit, dude. It's been lit. So it
only gets better.
I got home from work yesterday early. I've been having some issues with my truck, but those have been resolved. But I got home early from work around noon, and I had on ESPN. I was just kind of chilling on my phone, relaxing a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? I want to start watching a new show. And so I remembered you had mentioned that, I guess it was last week maybe, about that show. And so I started watching. I watched 4 episodes. By that time, Danielle was getting ready to come home from work, and she went to go grab a couple things from HEB quick curbside, and I texted her, kind of slipped it in. I tried to get her to watch the shows with me, right? She watched the end of Solo Leveling, and then some of the other stuff, she's like, eh. So I slipped it into her. Like, she's like, I'm on the way home. I'm like, okay, cool. By the way, I just started a new show. I think you'd really like it. So she got home, and I was like, look, I'll make a deal. I'll watch episode 1 and 2 with me. It's about 30-40 minutes. If you don't like it, you can go to the one of the guest rooms and watch TV or do whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
And so, long story short, I watched the first 4 episodes twice yesterday.
Yeah.
So she's watching it with me. She's enjoying it.
So I don't remind me. Okay, spoiler alert, right? Spoiler alert for anybody that hasn't watched it. Remind me what's happened so far, because I obviously know everything that's happened, but I don't remember like in what episodes.
So obviously the introduction to the 2 main characters, which I'm so bad at these names, bro.
Sakamoto and Sheen.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Taro Sakamoto and Sheen.
That's something that I do struggle with for the most part, is remembering everyone's names. But they kind of introduce the characters.
You're talking about the younger kid with the
the first guy that tried to assassinate him.
Yeah, like I said, we already said spoilers, so
no spoilers. But so they went to the theme park.
Yep.
The Sakamoto got surprised that he forgot they had a trip to the theme park with their little girl, and so that was like 2 episodes, and then he got skinny again.
Yeah,
and then put the weight back on, like they said, a couple of days or something. But anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not too far into it.
Yeah, but so the crazy thing about it is the crazy thing about that show, and the amazing thing that I really like about it is the story, right? So and this isn't going to spoil anything. So this guy he used to be the most deadly assassin.
Yeah, legendary assassin.
Legendary assassin back in the day. He fell in love, had a kid, gave all that up, but you can't really ever give all that up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
that was the thing. You quit. You basically quit the gang. You're on a kill list,
yes.
for lack of a better term.
Yeah, basically. So like everyone is going after him right now to try and, end him.
Right.
And it's just starting.
Yeah.
But Sheen is the first person that goes and tries to attack him. But the cool thing about it is, well, I don't even know if I want to say it because I don't know.
Yeah, no spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah.
But I will say, well, I think I know what you might be trying to say, but
what were you gonna say?
They turn into employees.
Yes.
So
Sheen, he pieces up Sheen like bad, and then Sheen wakes up and he's like with Sakamoto, and he's like, "Why didn't you kill me?" And he's like, "I ain't gonna do that." And he's like, "You're one of my employees now."
Yeah, hands him an apron. Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's an employee of Sakamoto's.
Yep.
And he's working at Sakamoto's store. That's what Sakamoto does now. He owns a grocery store.
Right.
So really, really cool story. If you guys aren't into anime at all, maybe you won't
give it a try. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what I think. So anime, I know like there's tons of different ones out there, and a lot of people think, oh, that's nerdy. That's super nerdy. Well, technically South Park's an anime.
Yeah.
And anything that's a cartoon is. So
American Dad,
right? Like, it doesn't have to be
Family
nerdy.
Guy,
I don't think this
Simpsons.
show, and I don't really care, like, if someone says Solo Leveling or Dragon Ball, that's nerdy. Like, I don't care. I thought it was cool when I was a kid, and Solo Leveling's not for kids, but
yeah, it's definitely not.
This show,
my kids
this show seems family friendly-ish so far, but it's been good.
It gets gory.
Yeah,
it does get gory.
I guess now you say it, there has been a few bits and pieces so far, but
it gets a little gory, but it is a really good show. But man, other than that, I did want to ask you, kind of to move past anime a little bit. I did want to ask you, so like, man, you know this. We've been putting out a lot of recipes lately for quite a while. I feel like we've been hitting it pretty hard.
Definitely.
If there are any recipes that you've tried of ours that you recommend anybody, like they have to try, or maybe not have to try, or yeah, I mean, I guess like, what would you recommend to the people? Because one of the things that I tell a lot of people is, man, I'm not going to lie to you. I actually agree. It is very simple. Well, it's not simple, but man, a lot of people can make food look good on camera. But does that mean that it tastes good?
That's a huge, I remember when we first started the YouTube, that was like a big thing. That was always like what I wondered, because I watched the Malcolm Reeds, and I've seen the Heath Riles and the Meat Church, and it does look good. But you can't help but ask,
does it taste good?
Does it taste good?
Yeah.
So the couple that I've tried recently that I would suggest, and some that are like new to me, well, definitely the turkey breast.
Yeah.
My favorite so far has been the butter maple or maple butter, I guess. So fire. That's been really good.
So tell people, just maybe they haven't seen it. What rest? I mean,
yeah,
it is very simple.
It's super easy, man. So get your cooker of choice, whether it's a pellet, recently the oven.
Yeah.
And I know you kind of wanted it. You were kind of getting there earlier, but that comment. So real quick, that comment, you can get better flavor on a smoker, dog.
Yeah, look
How
at the
many turkey videos does it take, bro?
So the thing with social media, and I do think it's really funny, is on that video we got that comment, man, you'd get so much better flavor on a turkey breast. It's like, it's very, very obvious this is the first time you've ever seen us.
And that's a good thing, though, right?
It is.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
So we reached a different audience, right? But a lot of people are just so instant to go and talk mess in the comments. It's like, dude, if you just click where it says Gulf Coast Smoke and you scroll through the reels,
dude,
you are quite literally going to see
turkeys. Turkey King.
And dude,
that ain't just me, bro. That's a wildfire in its own. Turkey King, bro. How does that feel?
It's funny, right? It's funny because, I mean, you know this about me, and I've said it here, and I hope people truly believe me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never done this for any other reason besides I want to live an extraordinary life.
100%.
And you know this, right? Like,
right.
I've told you this. I'm sure I've said it here, but I'll say it one more time. My dream, literally, my dream is to walk into a big office. My dad's making bacon and egg tacos. I smell coffee. I walk into my badass office with my TV and my anime on and my computer, and I see all my best friends lined up right next to me and my wife on the other side. Like, that is my dream.
Right.
Like there's no other, well, there is another reason. The other reason is because I want that freedom to be with my kids whenever. So my kids are homeschooled, right? And, maybe people know that, or maybe people don't. Maybe people agree or don't disagree or don't agree. It doesn't matter to me.
That's not their business.
Yeah, I don't really care.
Right.
But
great kids.
Yeah, and great kids. They have a lot of social life. They're very, very good
Smart
with people
for their age too.
Yeah, of course I love them very much, but man, that's the only reason I've ever wanted to do this. I've never wanted to do this to be a social media influencer. Like, people will mention the word influencer to me. I'm like, don't start, bro. Like, let's not do that, right? Like, I'm not no influencer. I guess I can understand why people would say that, because let's just say I've influenced people to cook more turkey breasts, right? I understand that part. I just don't love I don't want to say the title, but I feel like there's still like a lot of negative air around being like a social media influencer.
It just comes with it, I think. Yeah. And I think, some influencers, air quotes for those who are listening, but, it's like anything else, man. There's good and bad.
For sure. And I think, when you mentioned the Turkey King thing, like I actually, it's funny. I don't even remember who really started it.
I don't either. It wasn't me.
But now, like, dude, when I post a turkey video, multiple people will be like, the Turkey Breast King strikes again.
Bro, the king.
And it's funny. I honestly think
you have to not only go ham.
Yeah, for sure.
No pun intended, for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But you need like a Turkey King crown, like a little crown.
Yeah, no.
Just for a video, just don't even say anything about it. Just have like a little custom little crown and crazy.
Yeah, with like turkeys on it.
Just like turkeys on it, and then just like wear it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I'm 1,000,000% with you. I think when things like that happen, like, obviously when we post a turkey breast video, it seems to do well.
Mm-hmm.
So when things like that happen and you get that opportunity to have a protein kind of like that goes with you, you have to kind of take advantage, right? So I think that we need to just continue to take advantage of the fact that people do look at us and say like, oh, this guy's the turkey breast guy. And
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing
There's
at all.
There's a lot worse things to be known for.
I mean, yeah, for sure. So think about it. I mean, you never know what kind of products could come for turkey and turkey only. I'm just saying. I mean, not to spoil anything, but you just never know, right? So,
no, for sure.
Yeah, but to have that title, I know you asked the question. I'll wrap it up. You know me, I can ramble. To have that title, I think it's funny. But it is cool. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. It is cool because, I mean, again, I didn't post my first turkey breast video for it to be that.
For sure.
I posted it because, like, I've told a lot of people, man, like, I love turkey breast, bro.
And then not only that too. I mean, I know you've mentioned we both, been kind of working on our diet and all that good stuff. For compared to other proteins, it's pretty healthy.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally just telling you in the truck because we went to go get some water, and we talk about weight loss a lot. Like, we have, pretty serious conversations. It all started when when it was March last year we went.
It was May.
Okay, so
it was all
happened in it. So for me, not to be really, really sad, it all happened when Richie,
Yes.
Yeah, when Richie passed, one of our friends and one of my like really, really good childhood friends growing up. I look at that picture of the day when we did the barbecue benefit for him. I can't.
You had to make a change.
I had to make a change. And
For
so
sure.
from then until when we went to Mississippi, I had already tried to start making some changes.
Right.
Then when we went to Mississippi, I wouldn't say it was right after, but, you know, a couple months after that, you know, we started we turned it on.
Right.
Right,
And that was
okay.
same for me. I had that moment too. It was actually when we were in Mississippi and I took that picture with Malcolm.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know?
yeah, we've had some pretty serious conversations about it. I mean, we
tease.
Yeah, we tease pretty hard. I mean, we're best friends. We mess with each other. It's not nice, right? We're definitely a little mean to each other, but it's all in jest and it's all in good fun. We don't really feel like that about each other, but like we just knew that we needed to make some changes, and so as crazy as it sounds, from making those changes, that's where the turkey breast came from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
It's funny how trying to do a good thing for yourself and just how weird, timing works for, how things happen. Like
for sure,
you're trying to better yourself, but in the meantime, you're finding a recipe or a protein in this case that's like killing it.
Yeah. And so, like I said, like I mentioned, I started mentioning, I feel like I've completely changed my lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm perfect by any means, but like, man, I just did like a 32-hour fast. And my first meal of the day last night was grilled chicken and salad.
Right.
And, like today we're going to make a recipe, which is not going to be super healthy. I'll eat my one, I won't spoil what it is. I want you guys to see it, but I'll eat my one little serving of it or piece of it. And like, that's it for me. Right. I'm not going to go overboard. I'm really, really trying. And, it's funny because even the other day, Timmy was like, man, like you look really good, but like the things that people don't see and he sees, cause I work with him, is like, bro, like you don't even eat bad at work anymore. I mean, we would go into work, we'd bring in 2 tacos, chocolate milk, or donuts and chocolate milk and kolaches, whatever, just eating like crap all day. Go get 2 Hot Pockets as a snack during the day, and then go eat lunch, and then go home and eat something
Dinner.
horrible and
Ice cream forbid.
Yeah, I mean, you just eating bad. And I guess I'll take the opportunity. You guys know I go on spiels a lot, right? I'll take the opportunity right now to say, like, I'm a 35-year-old man. You're 33, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, in my opinion, there's no reason for us, and I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about me and Chance. There's no reason for us to be overweight and really unhealthy. We have every opportunity to do it, and we also talked about this, right? It's hard, dude. Don't get me wrong, it sucks.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of times where I'm like, you know what, dude? I'd rather just eat a pizza tonight. Like last night, I was so hungry because of the fast. I really did. I told Sabrina, I was like, dude, I ain't cooking. Like, go get pizza, go get something. We ended up fighting against that, and it is definitely hard. But I promise you one thing, I have, and so has Chance, made like really crazy changes. So Chance basically does carnivore.
Pretty much.
Right, pretty much does carnivore.
And one meal a day. I fast through breakfast and lunch.
So I don't do those things. Obviously, what I'm doing and what Chance is doing has worked for both of us in our own way.
Right.
But I don't do OMAD carnivore. Chance does. But I've focused really, really heavily on a higher intake of protein and then upping my fiber as well. So I try and go low carbs. I don't consider it keto because keto is like high fats.
Right.
So you're eating a lot of avocados, macadamia nuts, eggs, cheeses,
red meat.
Oils even like, so avocado oils and stuff like that will help. But yeah, if you guys, I don't know if there's anybody that's listening that cares to get your health in line, but watch these turkey breast videos, man, and take this turkey breast and slice it up and eat it throughout the week. I do that all the time.
Yeah, that's another great thing about that recipe too. Is they typically are 4-ish pounds.
Yeah,
so
and you can literally eat it all
on
week
it
long. Especially like, so for example, for me, right, we eat that for dinner, and then I take the rest of it for work through the rest of the week. Yes, it gets a little boring, right? You're eating turkey breast every single day, but man, it's good.
And also too, they're not crazy expensive. I mean, beef prices lately have been pretty insane. So a breast is what, $18-19?
Yeah, and you'll get like a 4-pound turkey breast for around $18 or so. And now Tuttle's is actually shipping those out, so you can order directly from Tuttle's and they'll ship it out to you. And if you guys are looking for those turkey breasts, I've been cooking. You got to call Tuttle's Meat Market in Woodsboro, Texas, Rockport, Texas, and they can get you whatever you need turkey breast wise for sure.
Yeah, shout out Tuttle's, man.
Shout out Tuttle's. Cody's one of my favorite human beings for sure, bro. But so you mentioned the turkey breast. what other recipes have you tried lately where you're like, man, you got to try that?
Another recent one, I guess it was last weekend, and something I don't ever do, because I'm just a backyard guy, right? Like I'm around at the comps and I'm, familiar with the flavors and textures and all that, but brining.
Yeah.
In my backyard, I don't brine a lot. I know a lot of people brine turkeys for like Thanksgiving, or they brine this or brine that. So I finally used Trifecta as a brine. I've used it, basically just as seasoning so far.
And
but
it works.
I followed I believe it's like crispy. It's the thumbnail with the chicken thigh and it says crunch.
Yeah.
So I followed that recipe exactly. And man, it turned out great.
Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Is just because you are in the backyard does not mean you can't use some of these techniques to your advantage.
For sure.
Right? So it's like brining a chicken breast, just chicken in general, or brining a turkey breast. It really is going to retain moisture. It's going to add flavor. So we recently did the salt brine versus wet brine.
Mm-hmm.
Try them both ways and see which way you like it best. Personally, we prefer a wet brine. Everybody's different, right? But I'm telling you right now, just because you're a backyard person, and a lot of people say, man, I ain't got the time for that. Like, dude, get some chicken out of the package and throw it in the day before and then cook it later. You're adding 3 to 5 minutes to your steps.
Yeah, exactly.
It
took no time.
If that. The hardest part is literally just mixing the brine up, and then you put everything in there, and then you just put it into the refrigerator. So it just it's one of those things where it's like you're really not adding that much time to what you're doing.
Yeah, and it makes a difference. And like I said, I didn't do it necessarily because I thought I guess I wanted to try it. It's like experimenting. So I never brine. So I want to see, what's the deal with it? Does it really make a big difference? And I was impressed.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you get a deeper flavor. You get flavor through every single bite. Chicken is pretty bland.
For sure.
Honestly, it is. Like, you can try and make chicken really good, but I feel like, and it does come out good a lot. I'm not going to say it doesn't, right? But you do want to add some sort of flavors there in order to enhance it, and that brine is going to help with that for sure. So glad that the recipe went well for you. And if you guys don't or haven't tried those yet, we'll put a link in the description for both of those. Anything else off the top of your head that you can think that you've tried?
Because it's fresh on my mind, and this one's been a little while ago now, probably 3 or 4 months at least, but the Asian rib in that marinade. So I guess that kind of marinade brining kind of sort of the same thing. I guess it's salt, sugar. That ratio, I guess, is different maybe. But I tried that recipe, and I know you put on Facebook today how that gentleman at HEB stops you.
Crazy.
That is so cool.
Crazy.
But that recipe also delicious. And if you look at look at the ribs in the video, bro.
Yeah.
I know we talked about earlier, it looks good. Does it taste good? I promise you, if you try that recipe out, you will not be disappointed.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
So we'll link all 3 down below that Chance Fee did say. And yeah, I honestly didn't really plan on talking about it, but you brought it up. I put it on my personal Facebook, and I talked about this last week. A lot of the times, I put things on my personal Facebook. So if you don't follow, if you're not friends with me on there, you won't see it. You'll probably never know about it. And sometimes I'm really hesitant to put stuff like this on Facebook because the last thing I want is like anyone to think like, oh, this dude's bragging or something.
Fool himself.
Yeah, but the reason that I put it today was because I truly do feel so humbled that someone would even go to the store and buy ingredients for a recipe that we put on the internet.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And, I shook his hand. I looked in his cart, and I could instantly see he had Iraqi ribs. He had the ingredients for the marinade, and he actually also bought the sesame seeds that he was going to put on top.
Nice, bro.
So he was following it like to
the
T.
T.
Yeah, 100%. And so, one of the things that I'll say about that is like, if you guys have any doubt in your ability to make a difference in the world, I'm not saying that I have, but don't stop for anything like doing what you want to do.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things. Like Chance and I have talked about this so many times. I had this dream. I have this dream. But one of the things I'm trying to get out of my brain recently is like, I have a dream. It's like, stop talking about the dream and just go earn what you want. End of story.
Right.
Just stop talking about the dream and just go earn it. Right. And that's why it's like, I'm going to do whatever I can to earn this. And that's it. Like, no other way to look at it. And so if you guys have that dream, maybe change your mindset, flip it a little bit and say, look, I'm tired of dreaming. Let's just go earn what we want. And I think that that's really important for you to come to your own senses and realize like, man, I have ability, I have time, I have health. Let's just go. Right. And so, it's if you have any doubt, man, I mean, walking into HEB, I was just grabbing a few ingredients, meeting somebody that's, it's very humbling, and it doesn't blow our head up. I hope nobody thinks that that's what that is. It's more like wow, this is incredible.
It's just a cool moment. I mean, you don't have to overthink it. It's just a cool moment.
Yeah, you get to look back on the journey where, man, probably nobody was watching it but chance.
Right.
And now a lot of people are watching it.
And it's kind of an extra little perk too, or something else that's kind of cool. It's just in your hometown.
100%. I agree with that. So, cool little moment for me today before we got everything going. And it makes, I'll tell you this much. There's a lot of times when I don't want to film, but it definitely kind of like puts a little
motivation.
Yeah, it's like, all right, well, let's get to filming today. Like, yep. I'm ready. Hopefully people want to make this recipe as well, right? I mean, that's just the way it is. But yeah, cool on the recipes. If you guys haven't tried those ones that Chance talked about, most definitely,
give them a whirl, man.
Give them a whirl. We're coming up towards the end of the year now. When it comes to, so I had this question asked to me the other day by Rochelle. I don't know if you remember it.
Yeah, of course. Well, I don't remember the question though.
Yeah. But so we're coming up on Thanksgiving, right? In a month, right?
Right.
What is going to be on your menu?
What
do you make? So, let me ask you this: are you just doing Thanksgiving at your house, or are you going to go with Danielle's family?
Yeah, I'll probably spend Thanksgiving with Danielle's family this year, and we usually, I know in the past they've gone to Danielle's sister's house, her and her husband's house, and EJ and Caroline, and everyone just kind of contributes something, it seems.
Yeah.
In years past, I would just come down here to Portland and do it what we did with my mom at the time.
Now she's in Arkansas.
So I don't know. I really don't know. If they want me to cook, I'll probably offer to cook the turkey breasts.
Yeah, dude, you
should. Because I think they enjoy it.
You should cook them at your house and then foil them up.
Oh, for sure.
And just take them because they're wrap. Yeah, they're better in the rest anyway.
100%. So I'm excited for it. It'd be something different. And then I like to cook to feed others. Sure. I like to eat it, of course, too. But when we have friends over at the house or whatever, I get satisfaction out of other people trying it. Like, bro, I have heard people say this is the best rib I've ever had in my life.
For sure.
And I'm like, damn, that feels good.
100%.
So I'll eat one or two and I'll just go back to watching the game and drink my beer. You know what I mean? And just kind of hang out. But now I'm on top of the world. So
no, for sure.
But yeah. So I think to answer your question, if we were hosting, turkey and ham, I'd probably go the double glazed on the ham, that recipe, which is also on the YouTube, by the way. It's got to dig for it a little bit, but it's there. And then it's your traditional sides. I'm big stuffing guy.
Yeah.
Big stuffing guy.
Do you do it in the box?
Well,
no, not that's a bad thing.
No, I think we'd have. And I say I'm a big stuffing guy. I've never made it myself.
Yes.
So I'm a big eater of stuffing. Stuffing, bro, it's a damn shame that we only eat it once a year. That's how good I think it is.
Yeah.
And I think I'd have to ask my mom. I think she's made it in the box. I know when Danielle and I lived in Baytown, we spent Thanksgiving together, just me and her, and she made it out of the box, and it also turned out good. But my mom, now that I'm talking about it, I remember she added some things were homemade. So like she ripped up her own bread, and maybe it was homemade. Now, Mom, if you're listening and it's homemade, and I said it was boxed, I apologize.
Nah, we'll let everybody think it was homemade.
Yeah, it was homemade. I'll reach out and then I'll comment on this podcast and say either way. But but man, yeah, mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Rolls.
Yeah.
Not big on the cranberry.
Me either.
I'm not big on it. I don't hate it. I just won't go for it. Big on sweet potatoes. Big on the sweet potatoes. You do the little roasted marshmallows on top too?
Yeah, so Sabrina will put like brown sugar and cinnamon and roasted marshmallows. I'll tell you what, I'm really trying to make October, besides the videos, right? Because I have to eat what's in the videos. I'm trying to make it like as clean eating as I possibly can.
Got to.
And so
big eating season coming up.
Well, the reason is because my son wants me to be Yami from Black Clover. And it's like, I'm like, dude, I'm just going to be real. I've had some pretty good progress, but I don't think I'm going to be ready for that, bro. You know what I mean?
I mean.
So let me pull up Yami if everybody or anybody that's watching, if you guys can see in the camera.
Yeah, he's kind of jacked, bro.
No, he's not kind of jacked, bro. He is jacked. So you guys can see that right there. That's who my son wants.
He's got to get like those fake, like the Superman suits that have like the built-in muscles already.
Yeah.
Just put on one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe put the costume over that.
I can do the SpongeBob arms. You blow them up.
Exactly,
you know
bro.
I mean?
That's not a bad idea.
But then whenever people ask me to lift, I won't be able to. Right?
One of the balloons pops.
Yeah, that's a funny little episode. But yeah, man, that's cool. One of the other things that I did also want to let everybody know is we are currently working on the holiday boxes as well.
Oh, super.
So, well, we're planning for them. Do you guys want to see a 5-box or a 3-box and be able to mix? I feel like a 5-box is pretty big.
Yeah,
what
that's
do you
a good
think?
point. I really now that you've asked, I actually really like the idea. Now, the only thing to consider with the 3-box, as I'm looking at the shelf of seasonings, is the trifecta 32 ounce.
Yeah.
So
I think we would have to. Well, I think we would just have to keep it the 16-ounce bottles.
That's true.
Only.
That's true. Yeah, I think a mix and match is a great idea.
Yeah, so like a 3-box mix and match.
Yeah, pick what you want. You can get 3 bells. You get whatever.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, whatever. But we're also working on a way to have a box year round, right? Like a 3-box. You kind of go out and you see what other people are doing, and you get ideas. You don't necessarily just steal the idea, but it seems like a good marketing idea in order to have a bundle that people can actually just go and buy.
Right.
So, like, for example, what Sabrina and I are really trying to make also is bundles on the website, like, and label them pork bundle, chicken bundle, beef bundle. And that way, and then like Sabrina's favorites, Alonzo's favorites, Chance V's favorite, you know what I mean? Like different stuff like that, because everybody's different, right? And so, like, I think that base goes on absolutely everything. But you might want a pork bundle, and for example, like Chance V might like that base and Southern Belle. Right. Everybody's different, right? So that's why I think it'd be really cool to have different bundles, different ideas from like people. Hey, no, this is my favorite way to do it.
Yeah,
you know.
I know. I'm particular with my ribs. I'll go that base, and then I'm Belle and Hots.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my favorite combo.
It's a dangerous combo. I mean,
100%.
how really, it's almost like how can you go wrong there?
No,
right?
You can't.
So
absolutely not.
Yeah, but yeah, working on that, working on having some products that we'll have available for the holidays. So be on the lookout for that. And anybody that's thinking about Thanksgiving holidays and recipes, be ready to see some turkey breast from us coming soon. We're gonna hit the turkey breast as hard as we can for upcoming holidays for sure. So if you think we're doing turkey breast now, yeah, just wait.
Yeah,
we're gonna be a little stupid with it, I think, but hey, it is what it is.
I'm
right?
excited to see.
Yeah, for sure, man. And this is a really good opportunity for us to do all things everything, right? We already talked about anime a little bit. We talked about football, but one of the things that's coming up, and you kind of mentioned sports earlier,
for sure.
But I kind of cut you off and said I don't know about sports. I would say football, but you are into sports. I mean, just I would say football most from my point of view, right? I can't tell you which one you love the most. That being said, something that's coming up real soon, like this month, the NBA is back. It's coming back. And, man, I'm a San Antonio Spurs fan.
Mavericks.
You're what's the word I can say on here that I won't get canceled?
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, it's hard.
You're asking the wrong person.
It's hard to think about the word that I want to call you that won't get me canceled. So I'm just going to say he's a Mavericks fan. And
damn Mavericks fan.
Yeah, and we don't get along when it comes to the NBA. We don't see eye to eye when it comes to the NBA. So, man, have you seen anything like from the NBA side that you're excited to see, or anything that you're like looking forward to for the season?
For sure. Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he's doing. I've seen in some of the summer league stuff. He's out there hooping and looking pretty strong already. But I mean, that's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of seeing what he can do. I'm still not familiar or super positive about what else is around him. You got AD.
Yeah. You got Clay.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Kyrie. Honestly, but Kyrie did tear his ACL, so he may be out most of the season.
I just think he's around some vets while when they're available, super strong. AD's one of the top when they're available. So they get
hurt a lot, man.
That's the kind of I don't want it to be where it's week 6, 7, 8 of the season and it's just Cooper out there, because that's a good way to put a lot of wear and tear on a young player's body.
For sure. Yeah, no, I mean, from the San Antonio Spurs side, right? It's like Wemby had the blood clot last year that ended his season before he could get Defensive Player of the Year. You have to hit X amount of games. I think it's 65, and he didn't reach 65 games. So I really look for him to be on another level, hopefully this year, and get that DPOY. because he would have had it last year 100% if he had met the requirement.
No, I'm excited for him too. I mean, I grew up in the Fort Worth area, like in the
you
elementary.
we're messing around with each other, but like Chance does not dislike the Spurs.
No.
Like me, I dislike the Mavericks.
I'm the same way with football too, and I think like if I'm a Cowboys fan, right? But if the Eagles win a game, I'm not pissed.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's weird behavior. I just focus on what I want to see.
Yeah, I can agree with that. So if the Mavericks win, I don't get mad.
Right.
Like when the Spurs are playing the Mavericks, like if they don't beat the Mavericks, then I'm extra mad.
Them. I remember we were in Mississippi. We were at that. We went to one of the restaurants there, and I remember that was when I guess the finals were.
Yeah.
And the Mavs were playing the Celtics.
Yeah.
And it's still crazy to think that we traded away Luka. I think I've seen some pictures on social media. He seems to have dropped some weight and he's looking good. And
yeah.
So we'll see how that plays out. I think that's kind of like when you ask what I'm interested in seeing, I think I'm interested in keeping up with that too. Like is our GM, I can't think of his name off top, but is he going to look like he made the right decision long term?
Yeah. I mean, and
also getting that number 1 pick is rowdy because I think their percentage, like the chances of, were like less than 1% or less than 2%.
Yeah, his name is Nico
Collins.
No, Nico Harrison, I believe.
That sounds right.
But yeah, I mean, he got a lot of hate for that, man.
Yeah,
and it definitely
rightfully so, though, man.
For sure. I mean, it's Luka Doncic, bro.
And then you got to think about I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the Mavs fan base, but we had Dirk for so long.
Yeah,
I think we're like, oh well, here comes our next young European star.
Yeah.
And
then she's traded away.
And then, I don't know. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it's going to be an exciting season. Of course, I'm looking forward to Wemby doing some great things. We got Dylan Harper coming in. De'Aaron Fox just signed a 4-year extension. And, man, I think the Spurs are going to be hopefully pretty good this year. I mean, you got Luke Cornett, who's backup center for Wemby, or somebody that can play center alongside Wemby. He came from the Celtics. He has a championship. Pretty good player. And, I think Steph Castle reigning MVP, reigning Rookie of the Year. So, I mean, like the Spurs have a lot of really, really young, good players. And I think that it's hopefully going to finally start clicking a little bit. No more Chris Paul, which I was a fan of Chris Paul last year. I am no longer a fan. The only reason I was a fan of him was because he was a Spur. I'm back to disliking Chris Paul, to the absolute max. So I'm happy that he's off the Spurs. Did you remember whatever I tweeted that thing and you're like, this guy?
I don't remember.
Because it was like, have you ever seen that LeBron James meme where he's like, he's in the pool and he's got like his head back and it's like, I can't believe that this is my life. He's like so happy. And I put like CP3's off the Spurs with like 50 million exclamations. Like, I can't believe this is my life. Just super happy about it. I'm obviously being a hater, but that's just a sports fan in me.
Just some jokes.
Yeah, for sure. But looking forward to it. Hopefully we can get out to a game this year. I didn't go to any Spurs games last year, which is very uncommon. I usually go to at least a couple per year, but we'll have to see if we can't go out to a Spurs game this year. Maybe a little GCS, like appreciation,
little sweet action.
Well, we got the suite for the hooks, so
come on.
Yeah, we'll be hopefully, which that'll be cool. That'll be cool to show what that's about
for sure
in next year.
Yeah, I almost totally forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, we won't talk about that here, but there are some cool things that we're not doing with the hooks. There's no collaboration or anything like that, but some cool things coming that we'll be able to show you guys in the Corpus Christi Hook Stadium. So if that gives you a little bit of an idea.
Let's go.
But yeah, man, I think we're almost at an hour. We talked about a lot. We had a good time today. We do have some things that we got to get done today. So if you don't have anything else, you good?
I'm good.
I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I'll take this opportunity to remind you guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you can go ahead and do that right now. It's free. It helps us grow, and we would really appreciate it. If you guys are listening on Apple, Spotify, or any other platform, man, share it with a friend. Maybe they like to hear us talking about barbecue, sports, anime, Chance's new role, and all that good stuff. Let Chance know if there's anything he can do for you. You can always reach out to him. You do not have to reach out to me. And if he needs me, he'll reach out to me. So he knows what to do. He's got his defined role, and it's only going to be more and more responsibility as time goes on. And, we appreciate you for coming on. And,
of course,
man, we'll see you guys on the next episode. You'll hear us on the next episode. Peace.